Hey, good morning, church. Hope you guys are having a great morning so far. So, as you know, we're starting through the book of Psalms, and we are into what we are called the third book of Psalms. So, Psalms is divided into 5 books, and we're starting the third in Psalm 73 today. So, Psalm 73 is probably the first time that I've actually read through and studied through this chapter. And honestly, it is awesome. There's so many good ideas here that we can study and look through and that really apply today. And so we want to jump on into verse 1. It says, God is indeed good to Israel, to the pure in heart. But as for me, my feet almost slipped, my steps nearly went astray, right? That happens. I feel like that happens all the time. Your feet almost slip, almost went astray as you're going through your life and your faith walk. And then verse 3 says, for I envied the arrogant, I saw the prosperity of the wicked. So this is setting up for the rest of the chapter. So I saw the prosperity of the wicked. We really see the idea through the rest of the chapter that the author of this is really struggling with the fact that the wicked are prosperous. So the people who are not with God, the atheist, agnostic, something apart from God, they are prosperous. They are successful in the world's viewpoint, right? And so as we see through the rest of this, that the author is struggling through this and talking about this, that I know a lot of us struggle with today, that these people over here, they own businesses, they're super, super wealthy and successful. And while I'm sitting over here trying to pursue my walk with God, and it feels like I'm not being successful that way, but we see through the rest of this that we see the answer to that and how God really changes it and turns it to his will, right? So verses 4 through 12 really are talking about the people, the wicked, the prosperous wicked, right? So verse 4 says, they have an easy time until they die, and their bodies are well fed. They are not in trouble like others. They are not afflicted like most people. So there we see the rich are having an easy life, right? They aren't really struggling with anything. They don't wonder where their next meal is coming from. They know, like, they're easy time, right? And so this guy is really, the author is really struggling through this, that they're not struggling at all, and I am. Well, then we get into verse 12, it says, look at them, the wicked. It shows that, even though they are successful in the world's point of view, they're not actually successful in the spiritual point of view. So 13 through 20 is really talking about himself, right? It's a personal reflection. So verse 13 says, did I purify my heart and wash my hands in innocence for nothing, right? So he's struggling through this, and he shows that he's like, did I do this for nothing? Well, we see verse 16, the answer says, when I tried to understand all this, it seemed hopeless. Verse 17 really is it. Until I entered God's sanctuary, then I understood their destiny. So, this whole chapter, I encourage you guys to read through it and everything, but it all sits on that one verse right there. Until I entered God's sanctuary, then I understood their destiny. Just because you don't feel like you're prosperous on earth and these other people who are against God or not Christian or anything like that, they look successful. They might be successful according to the world's point of view, but what happens after they pass? When you enter God's sanctuary, you start seeing that success on earth is pointless. You can't take anything with you. It all stays here. No matter what you have, you could be a millionaire or you could be dirt poor. No matter what you have, you still are either going to heaven or hell. And that really is the main viewpoint, or the main point that this author is trying to make in Psalm 73, that no matter what happens, no matter how good or bad your life is on earth, you have 2 destinations. You have heaven or hell. And that just depends on how you are with God. And I encourage you guys to really read through this and study through it and really realize that earth, it doesn't matter compared to what's going to happen after earth. And so if you ever struggle with that, I encourage you guys to read through this and really study through this and see, what else y'all can get from it. So hope you guys have a great rest of your day. God bless.